Alright, we're here and we're ready to do some game dev. There we go. Okay, so I did look, after streaming last time, I did look briefly at what could be causing the problem. And as it turns out, there are a lot of problems. But one very simple one was, I have this here that determines where to toss the stuff that you're now carrying, should you be digging. And I originally had it set as only if x equals self.destination. Because I figured otherwise, like, I don't know, just throw it wherever. And as it turns out, that doesn't work. It gets to the point of not knowing where to throw it. So I just changed that into an else, and that solved a couple of problems. So that's that. We've still got more problems, though. Oh yeah, as far as where the race went, we went through Meridio suitless, and I was a little bit ahead of Goron, and made it to Dragon's room, where I killed Dragon, and then had no way out of his room. I killed Dragon, the item in the room next to him was nothing. There was no item in there, leaving me effectively stranded in Dragon's room. And we looked up what weird glitches and behaviors were needed in order to get out, and it's some glitches you've got to do to get out of that room. We looked at as Itinerant said, we looked at the log file for it, and Space Jump, Gravity Suit, Screw Attack, and Plasma Beam all were just not in the game. They just weren't there. So it was about time for us to call it anyway, so that's where we called it. And the thing is, they expect you to do it. There's no other way out of that room. Without the gravity suit, without the gravity suit being in the game at all, there's just no easy way out of that room. At all. Okay, so, I've got a search. I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I was going to do was, instead of doing this weird, like, repeat 14 times thing where it searches back and forth for the nearest one, I'm just going to do a left to right search. This isn't going to actually solve any issues, but I do feel like it's something I should just do. So let me reverse engineer my code here, even though I wrote it yesterday. Okay, so that's that, and then this is the actual search. For each by ascending, where x equals temp(x). Yeah, this should actually be pretty easy. I'm just going to set this to fieldback.x. This is going to repeat 7 times. And then at the bottom here, set tempx to tempx plus. Gem size. If x equals tempx, then I shouldn't need to worry about either of these two conditionals. Oh, I forgot to update my stream information. Sorry about that. Sorry, you missed the race. It's still in the VODs if you want to go watch it. It wasn't a lot of a race, it was more cooperative than anything. Oh, for anybody around who has subscribed to the Twitch channel, our emote has finally been approved. We only have the one right now. I can add more for the higher tiered subscribers once I figure out what I want to do, but we got one. So that one's going to go to everybody, and then I'll worry about a higher tiered one later. Okay, so that should be the first fix. Or not the first fix, per se, but one of the easier ones to do. Which, this search should now just go left to right, instead of anything complicated or fancy. So there's that one. So I think this is the other function that's currently broken. Because right now, it currently treats bad gem locations as the best gem location. Okay, so let's see what we got. So we're just looking at the one on the top. Yeah, so the issue is that I have this conditional here, and I have this: if gem type does not equal that and X does not equal that, then do what you're supposed to do because this is a good spot. But if it's a bad spot, then I don't do anything, which means temp Y doesn't get changed, and temp Y is still 4,000. So that alone, that was a pretty simple fix, just to add in this else at the bottom. And that should solve another fairly major problem. So what I have here right now, another bug that I have written yeah, it looks like this is the function. Another bug that I have written down is that it does not, if there is no third gem, like if it finds 2 on top, if it finds 2 on top, then it goes, okay, yo, cool beans. But it doesn't bother checking to make sure there is a third at all. So there may only be 2, and then it'll try to dig somewhere and get an error. So I just need to add a conditional in here for that. Okay, so I have here, if temp count is greater than or equal to 2. I should be able to just do it right down here. If temp count is greater than or equal to 2, let's add another local variable. Okay, it seems like I can just do a for each here. I don't have to worry about what I've picked already. For each gem, where... Can I do that? Because I've already chosen the right field back, so we should be good there.
Okay, that was kind of neat. So I just downed 2 out of 3 enemies, and then one of the people who wasn't in my party stepped in and critted the 3rd enemy. Like it came out of hiding.
Yeah.
Crit the 3rd enemy. I really like how they treat backup party members.
Okay, so for all gems that are in the current field, that aren't currently being destroyed, whose type is the type that we determined earlier, right there, add 1 to temp total. If temp total is greater or equal to 3, do that. Okay, so that should fix, if there is no 3rd gem, it should now continue searching until it finds one with the 3rd gem. Looking at its actual AI up here, it also does not currently throw the gem once it gets to the dump destination. I'll test it out as it is, though, and we'll go from there. It'll take forever to load, because that's what it does the very first time you ever load it. Okay, so it's gonna go for red. It'll go for brown, then it'll go for blue. It'll go for yellow. Or green, it'll go for green. And go for yellow. Okay, so after it throws this yellow, there's only 2 reds, 2 greens, 2 blues, so it'll have to dig. If it's searching left to right, it should start digging with red. Which is actually going to be a little awkward. Okay, so its dig destination is 768. Destination is 768, so it's going there. It grabbed the red. This should actually stop its loop. But its normal loop should tell it to go over and pick up that red. So it'll go over and pick up that red. Oh, then it'll throw them back down, that'll be good. Now it can pick up the green, so it'll do that. And there's the browns at least. Okay, after the browns, there are 2 reds, 1 green, 2 yellow, 2 greens. 2 reds, 2 greens, 2 yellows, and a blue, so it's gonna have to dig again. It'll look left or right, so it'll probably get the reds. The shallowest red should be right below where it is now. Where's it going? I mean, it's digging, but where's it going? 1056? It's going clear over to 1056. Why is it going clear over to 1056? I mean, that's its dig destination, and it's a dig, so it's going to start digging way over there. I mean, I guess maybe it's trying to get to the greens? Dig color is 1. It's red. Why is it going for that red? I mean, whatever. If it works, it works. Okay, so it's there, it'll pick this up, then it'll try to find a place to put it. So if it's holding something, it will try to put it at... It should try to put it at the lowest location possible. If it doesn't, try to just pick up all the other yellows along the way. So it may either go to this one, or it'll try to throw it down. Theoretically. Okay, it's going to 864. Is it there? Is that 864? I don't know. No, it's not. Okay, so I picked up those two. Where's it going? Destination is 960. Oh, maybe it's going to try to throw them down at the bottom. Destination is 960. Its current X is 960. So it is trying to go there. It's going to the correct spot. And it doesn't know how to throw. Hooray! Okay, it doesn't know how to throw yet, but everything else looks like it's working. And not knowing how to throw is one of the things on my checklist that it didn't know how to do. Okay, when holding no gems, we're not worrying about that. When holding gems... set destination to have gem find gem. So that'll just run around and collect a whole bunch of them, and it'll set the destination to that. If it can't find any, or I should say, if its destination is where it is, it grabs. If it doesn't have a destination, so if there is no destination or dig destination, then it needs to find a new... Oh, then it needs to throw. But that's if it doesn't have a dig destination either. If it does have a dig destination, but there aren't anything else to grab, then it sets the destination to have dig find dump. So I guess what I need to do is, after this, I need to put in a sub-event that says if destination equals that, throw them. So it'll just go there, or throw them. Under what situation should this ever be 0? I don't think this should ever be 0. I don't think have dig find dump will ever return 0. I also don't have a default return value set, though. It shouldn't ever return 0. Because if temp y is greater than return y, by default temp y is greater than return y, and nothing I set temp y to is equal to or less than return y. I suppose we could technically get an error if there are... We could technically get an error if there were so many gems on the field. You should just die at this point, though. There were so many gems on the field that one of the existing gems that got put down had a Y value of less than or equal to negative 4,000. Then we could run into problems. But that should never happen. So yeah, it should never return that, so we should be good. So I potentially don't need to put an extra unless destination equals 0 conditional on this one. I should be fine with that. So that'll throw them. Once it throws them, it will come back up to holding no gems. Okay, so holding no gems, if it finds a match, then it'll just error out of everything and not worry about it anymore. If there is no match, which there may not be because we're digging, so destination is 0, then if there is a dig destination, move towards it, which is what we're doing. Theoretically, this should work. So let's find out. Okay, let's go find Clown. So it already can't do anything. So that's cool, we're gonna see this work right from the beginning. So it sets a dig destination to 816, which it is currently at 816, so it's just going to dig directly down where it is. So it's going to grab that one. It's going to set its current destination to 912. Its current X is 864, so it's still going to the right more. Actually, it's going to go over and pick up that green is what it's going to do. And now its destination is still 912. I'll wait for this next action. And it threw them! It threw them in the correct spot, the lowest spot available, which is where it just picked it up from. And now it should just error out of everything and go, hey, we found a match, and it's going to go find a match. Okay, you can do red. It can do brown, it can do blue, it can do green after this, it can do yellow, it can do brown, do red, a whole bunch of red. It's gonna have to get that green eventually. It's gonna top itself off. Oh, now it's gotta get that blue. Okay, it should be able to get the blue now. Okay, we're getting the blue. Oh, you're getting the brown, thank heavens. That was getting dangerous. Okay, we can get the yellow after this. We can get the blues. We can get the greens after this. Get the browns, get the greens, sure, why not? Oh, right, I forgot about that bug. Ah, dang it. Does it have any logic to prevent ignoring a tower like that, or is that later? Yeah, I have not put any logic in for that. I was just going to put something in that said, if the highest gem available is, like, 2 or 3 from the top or whatever, then just run a flattening until it's below a certain threshold. And it won! Okay, so after it throws these back down, does it have any matches? I don't think so. Yeah, it's digging. So it's going to 768 to dig. It's at 912 now. It shouldn't have found the reds. Shouldn't have found the greens. Shouldn't have found the blues. Or the brown. No, I'd probably found the browns. If it found the browns, then it should be digging on the far left. We'll find out. Um, 816, so yeah, 768 is going to be that far left, which is where it should be digging. Now it has this one red it can't find anymore, so it's going to have to find a place to throw it. It should throw it down this pit. $960. Okay, it's going towards 960. I think that's the pit. Yeah, looks like that's the pit. So it should throw down the pit. Cool. And it immediately saw that there's now a match of 3, so it's going after all 3. It just dug! I wasn't paying attention, but it just did it! I'm not sure what it was digging for. And it won! It's doing it! It's doing the thing! My little baby's all grown up and digging for blocks. I kind of want to watch it again, next time it has to dig. Oh, it very briefly had to dig and I missed it. Wait, it's digging? Why is it digging? It's digging for 4 at 816, which I think is its current location. Yeah. So it's digging for element 4. Which is yellow. So it's digging for yellow there. That's still not correct. Okay, well, it's got 2 blues, so it should throw them... Yeah, it threw them there. So now it's going back over to 816, so it'll grab this red. It'll then go over and grab this red, probably throw them right back down where they were? Where are you going with those? Okay, no, never mind. That's right, because it searches left to right. Why did those 2 gems just destroy themselves? So we do still have some odd, I guess, detection? Not... We have some odd detection of, we have some odd detection of matches. Because we're getting some weird matches that are made when they shouldn't be made. And that's going to be probably the next thing that I need to resolve. But we got that done. We done doed it. You got me. You're Santa Claus, aren't you?
Criminal record for the court to stop an assault. Friggin', why can't people understand that? Oh man, special massage. Heck yeah. Ah! I am suddenly exhausted.
Don't care, it's midnight. Okay,
It's midnight.
yeah. Okay, so people wondering if I can put this thing up to 10. Let's find out. Let's just see what happens. You can put it to 10.
Oh. It's
It's not even comboing. Like, it's never letting the combo go down enough. Or the timer go down enough to actually send a combo. It's just winning. Alright, though. That works. Holy crap. Okay, okay, now that it works, let's start with... win-lose effects. I have this as greater than 200, and I'm not sure why. Greater or equal to 200. You should win if you hit 200. You should not win if you hit 201, but not 200. So that was a simple fix. So with that said, though, what else can we do with the AI? Little things, maybe. Because when we find a dump spot, we look strictly left to right, and I feel like we can make that more efficient by having it look closest out instead of left to right. Is there anything else that I feel like I should do that for? Find dig spot. So this is where we know what color we have to search for. Okay, wait a minute. I don't think this is working as well as it should. So I'm not too concerned with this one not working as efficiently as it could. I'm not too concerned with that one. And that's getting back into our regular. I suppose this one doesn't matter too much, like... I guess we'd want to find the closest one, but I don't suppose it matters that much, really.
Wow.
Hmm?
It's silent.
Oh.
It's unsettlingly nutritious. Atlas threw shade at Soylent.
Okay, I don't feel like this is working as correctly as it should. So let's take a look here. Because this should be finding the most shallow one that it can find. And I feel like there's actually a pretty simple solution to this. Yeah. It should be just as simple as this. Because now the loop is up here, and this will actually give me... This condition was throwing off loop index. So now I can actually rely on loop index being the depth of a thing. I'm gonna make this 400 even though, or 4,000 even though it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make it astronomical.
Huh. What are you doing?
Making numbers astronomical.
Okay.
Because I can.
Okay.
And it's safer that way. The more astronomical, the better.
Okay.
Yeah, so that should actually solve that minor problem, so that should be good.
Do not worry. I'm gonna get them. I don't know what it does, but I'm gonna get it just for the name.
And we won! Oh my goodness, this thing is insane. The combo timer never... The combo timer is 5 seconds. Which, like... I mean, 5 seconds is huge. And you can make matches in 5 seconds super easy. And just keep that combo rolling, which is not at all what I want to do. But... on very hard, that thing's combo timer never goes below 4 seconds before it resets to 5 seconds. If I set the combo timer to 1 second... What's up?
He was just asleep. I don't think there's actually any water in here. But he was asleep with his entire face in his water bowl.
Donut.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness, he's so chill when he's fat and happy. So we were having some issues with the donut, and I think we were kind of jumping the gun, because like in a heated moment you'll tend to do that, but we've since kind of rethought our plans of what we could do, and I think the big one we're doing is just giving him a lot more food. Donut.
He's so sleepy.
Donut, I can pet you, isn't that nice?
I know, that's nice.
You're so full and happy. Oh, he's not interested in biting my finger at all.
No, he
Okay,
is.
he's a little interested in biting my finger.
Donut. No.
Okay, he's waking up.
He's awake now. Are you awake? You're still purring.
So one thing we did is we're just giving him a lot of food. Like, we're giving him as much food as he's willing to eat.
Which, like, we weren't doing because he was a stray. And he eats a lot.
Yeah. And as a stray, of course, they said they never know where their next meal is going to come from. So they just eat everything, even if they're full. Like, they'll just scarf everything down like it's their last meal because they don't know when the next time they're going to eat is. But everything else said you should feed kittens pretty much as they're willing to eat.
Hey, it's my toe.
And with Donut, because he was a stray and he was just so ravenous, we did actually have to cull how much food he ate. But I think we've gotten to the point now where we need to start giving him as much food as he's willing to eat.
The other thing, too, is that we thought he ate a piece of string, so we were only giving him wet for a while.
Yeah, just to help get that string out of the system. And it's past that now. Like, if it was going to cause problems, it would have. Okay, so, very hard, NPC, go. This is so magical. It's hypnotizing.
Donut? No.
And the best thing is it can just go until it wins. We're still going to keep our eye on Donut, but this has eased up on things, I feel. Because you just never know. But I think we're feeling better now. At the very least.
You can't fall asleep with your face in the water bowl.
He still goes after Muffin, but he's much more chill about most things when he's full. He doesn't seem to be going after her quite as ravenously, at least. And us, for that matter. Like, he doesn't seem to be going after Muff or us quite as ravenously, which was probably him being angry because he wanted food. This is great. Every single time. It goes until he wins.
Hey, no. Good boy, Donut.
Go.
Donut. Why did you go back into places?
I got some bits, thank you!
Donut? No. Hey. No.
So 16 to 18 seconds, it seems like. Yeah, thank you very much, Void Creature. So it seems to be about 16 to 18 seconds. So if you ever want to beat very hard, you have to be able to hit 200 in 16 to 18 seconds.
Donut? No.
Okay, so we fixed this problem.
Where you going, Joe?
I don't know, maybe somebody out there could do it. Because I don't know if it's physically possible or not, but it would be insane. Because even for a Taz controlling the player character cannot move as fast as the AI. Because the AI can, or not the AI, the player can only input the same key repeatedly every other frame. So movement. So it can only move every other frame. It can pick up and throw every frame. Like, it can pick up one frame and then throw the next, and then move the next. But if it wants to move again, it has to wait a frame before moving again. So even for a Taz, you would not be able to move as fast as very hard. As the very hard AI. However, the AI does not move as efficiently as it could. It looks very basically at what's on the very top and does what it can. It does not set up combos or anything of the sort. It still picks up that last group of gems before throwing them back down again. So it does move very inefficiently. So I feel like a Taz may be able to beat very hard. Especially considering the Taz would know exactly what gem is going to show up where. Like, they could scope out what the seed's going to do and plan ahead. So I do feel like a Taz could maybe beat very hard. Especially depending on the seed.
Where's Joe Boy going?
Okay, so we've still got a little more...
No! No!
So we've still got a little more work that we need to do. Because we need to... Oh, I feel like everything else at this point is going to be more of an undertaking to get involved in. Because we need to... He needs to be able to handle garbage, which is a big deal, and that's going to be complicated. We need to be able to... We need to be able to level the field so we don't block ourselves out.
Donut. Hey. Hey. No. No. Donut.
Spray him or something.
I don't know where you
Okay, we need to be able to handle garbage. We need to be able to... We need to be able to not block ourselves out. And there is currently a bug where matches are getting made when they shouldn't be made. I feel like if I do anything tonight, that's probably gonna be it.
He's too nuts right now. Donut. What? No. 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 Oh my god. You need to get your 3DS charger wire off the floor.
Yeah, I'll take
For
care
one,
of that.
you've probably been rolling over it a couple of times.
Oh, it got way out there. It used to not... Holy crap!
Well, it got way out there just now because Donut was yanking on it. But it was, even before he was playing with it, it was under your chair.
Yeah, I feel like that's also Donuts doing at some point. Because it's always been just like the nub sticks out of the end. Here. I'll still clean it up, though. Because I don't need it there right now, for sure. Bam! Right there. Why is it that I threw these two gems and they made a match? Like, what chain of events led to that? And again there. I really wish I could go backwards a frame. Yeah.
Donut worry times 20. Here's fear. Fear curing donuts. Oh, that's what you need.
That's interesting. I wonder if I should allow that.
Huh?
I guess I'll allow it. There were two greens stacked up, and he destroyed the block underneath them, causing the two greens to fall. While they were falling, and they looked like this, he threw a yellow down, which goes faster than the falling blocks. So by the time these two hit the ground, the yellow was between them.
Huh.
So it went boop like that. I guess I'll allow that.
That's just weird. I feel like they should go at the same pace, though.
Okay, it did it a couple times. Oh, thank you for the subscription, Zenolin. And I wish I could rewind time just a little bit. Yeah, you got a new emote! Or are you a subscriber, Ace Fisher? Because sadly the emotes are subscriber only. So the one we have there is for any and all subscribers, no matter the amount. It did it again. What causes that? I wish there was just a button for slow motion. Hey there, Arkuze. A competitive puzzle game. Think something like, Puyo Puyo, or Panel de Pon, Tetris Attack, Magical Drop, that kind of game. So I'm not sure what this detection is that causes this problem. So right now, I am working on programming the AI. And the AI is helping me bug test. Because it's finding a couple of them. Yeah, what was that BS? That whole thing fell and matched. seemed to be working correctly before, but oh, right now we have some problems. You know, that's an idea, Platinum Venus. To be honest, I don't know how these buttons work. I've never messed with them. The save and load buttons on the debugger. Oh man. What? I was thinking there was some kind of problem with the combo system or some such, but I just picked up 2 greens here and I put them down over here and I made a match.
Just 2.
Yeah. Just went boop. What? Whoops. Hmm. 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 Well, we found it! We found the bug! Yeah, I've kind of known it's a general bug, but why?
I'm loading my save. This fucking sucks. I'm loading my save. Please just So this part of the game has a 10-minute time limit followed by a boss fight with a 30-minute time limit. I hate time limits because they stress me the fuck out and I'm really stressed. And like, if you run into a shadow on the way through that 10-minute time limit part, it still counts down. Like, the whole thing is a time limit. Shut fucking stop. Why? Why is this a thing that they're doing? Why must you stress me the fuck out this bad? Week 2, we're at week 6. Really? God, no, I don't want you. The fucking rare enemy shows up. Like, no, I don't want you. I can't even beat you right now. Seriously? What the fuck? You can't just spawn shadows on top of me? Oh my god.
Thank you for the bits, Minotaur!
is this shit with the game literally spawning I defeated a shadow, and then it spawned another shadow literally right on top of my ass. What the fuck is going on? God, you don't even have any fucking weaknesses. Alright. 'Cause I don't know. 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 I